As you know, I use quite a lot of spices in my cooking. A lot of them are specific to Turkish and to Cypriot cuisine. So I thought I'd do a quick run through of my top 5 spices. Get them, put them in your cupboards. They will not go to waste. A lot of my recipes use them. So my first one, and the one I probably get asked the most about, is Pul Biber, also known as Aleppo pepper flakes, and that will be what I'll say if somebody says to me, what is Pul Biber? I can't find it. If you look for Aleppo pepper flakes in a supermarket, it's more likely that you'll find them. If you're in an international or a Turkish supermarket, it's likely that you will see it marketed as Pul Biber. And it's from the Aleppo pepper. It's got a lovely kind of sweet, smoky flavour to it. I use it a lot in my recipes, so it's definitely one you need to get hold of. The next spices that I use are a lot more common. You'll find them in the supermarket. The first one is cumin, or kimyon, as I grew up knowing. And my mum would always flavour her köfte for the barbecue with kimyon or cumin. It's just ground cumin. It's a real earthy spice, cumin, so it's got a real distinctive flavour. You'll find it in curries as well, which then denotes that lovely silk trail from east to west, which is why it's so prevalent in Turkish and Cypriot cooking as well. The other one that I've got here is cinnamon, and I use cinnamon for that kind of natural sweet spice. The combination between the earthy cumin and the cinnamon is just lovely together, so it really works well. And the final two are two slightly different versions of the same thing. So the first one is paprika, or paprika as we call it. It's a lovely, again, subtle chili spice. It's not as heavy as, say, something like cayenne. It's a lot lighter. It's not as hot, but it still adds that heat. Again, another ingredient, another spice that my mum used regularly when we were growing up, either to sprinkle over hummus or to put into köfte. It's a popular ingredient for Turkish recipes like shakshuka as well, or menemen, which are egg-based, tomato-based dishes. So I've got your standard paprika and I've got smoked paprika. Smoked paprika is not a kind of typical Turkish or Cypriot spice. However, it's a typical spice in my kitchen. And what it does, again, I think for me, is it really balances out any harsh or slightly, over hot or spicy flavours. It gives that, again, natural sweetness, a bit like the cinnamon does. If I'm combining them all together, it has that kind of, I know I reference umami quite a lot, but when I'm cooking vegetarian dishes especially, I think these spices together really give off that umami flavour. So that's cinnamon, Pul Biber, cumin, paprika and smoked paprika. Get them in your cupboards. I promise you'll be using them over and over again if you're cooking my recipes.